Okay, know what you're thinking. This video is not going to make any sense. Hang on, let me get out of the wind here. Getting my favorite easy chair. Okay. So this video is not going to make a lot of sense based on the title. But this is basically Wolfman Walsh live and uncut. It's not going to be any editing in this video. I'm just posting it as is. So I am currently down here with my wife and children in Perdido Key, Florida. This is kind of our go-to vacation spot. We always stay here. It's just outside of Pensacola. You can see way back there. That's Pensacola, way over there. The naval base is right there where the Blue Angels are stationed. It's a very cool place. They're actually out practicing today. You'll probably going by here in just a moment. So, back in my comfy chair here. This has been quite the week. And I'm going to back up by apologizing for not having a video up Monday. It was my turn. Not that we have a set schedule whose turn it is, but it was. I did originally say that I was going to have a video up for Monday, and that did not happen. So I do have a video. It's just not edited and ready to go. As many of you saw, I did go to Montana. My wife had a conference out there, so we got to go and go to Yellowstone and sightsee and things like that. So that was fun. So that video will be coming. I just didn't get it finished. So, backing up a few weeks or months, my youngest son tried out and made the Knoxville Junior Ice Bears hockey team. And there are different levels to the team. He made the travel team, which goes out of state and does a lot of tournaments and things like that. So we already had this booked and paid for. And Knoxville Junior Ice Bears, yes, they're based in Knoxville, but we pull players from Knox County, Loudoun County, Sevier County, Anderson County. They just kind of take the best of the best. And so the unfortunate part about that is all those counties go on fall break at different times. So there's no way to accommodate not having some sort of game or practice not scheduled because of a fall break, because all the fall breaks are at different times. So, you know, this affected the beginning of fall break for some of us, the end of fall break for others, things like that. So we'd already paid for this place, and now we're paying for 2 days, and we're not even going to be here because we were going to come down Friday night and be here through the following Saturday. Well, the hockey tournament was Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Charlotte, North Carolina. So we ended up having to go to Charlotte, and fortunately, there's not going to be any cut-ins. Like I said, I'm not editing this video. We did win the championship game. We won. Actually, my son's team went undefeated, and he's only been on the team for 2 months. There's a helicopter going by. I assume it's. I accidentally hit pause. Yeah, I accidentally hit pause. The pause button and the camera flip are right there, so my bad. So he's only been on the team for 2 months, and they ended up going undefeated, and they won. He did contribute quite a bit. He plays defense, so he had a lot of blocked shots, a lot of poke checks. He did phenomenal. He also had 2 goals, so he scored his first 2 goals. And he had 6 assists, so he had a total of 8 points attributed to him, and a lot of defensive plays. So he had a phenomenal weekend. We ended up getting the puck, so he's got his first puck. We'll put that on the shelf at home, or his first goal puck. We'll put that on the shelf at home, and that'll be all sorts of fun. And I think there's a dolphin out there chasing a bait ball. Sorry, you're gonna get all this because it's not edited. So that was fine. tournament ended at like 3 o'clock on Sunday afternoon. It was a 9-hour drive from Charlotte to here. And so we take off. We're headed here. We get to Atlanta around 7 or 8 p.m. And you're thinking Sunday night. I understand it's still fall break weekend for some people, or a lot of people. But Atlanta traffic, Sunday night. It's Atlanta. So we slow down. We're going about 5 miles an hour. Well, then the truck starts like vibrating and shaking, like I'm on a rumble, like I'm running over the rumble strips. I'm on the rumble strips. Wakes the missus up. She's like, "Why are you driving on the rumble strips?" I'm not driving on the rumble strips. I'm in the middle of the freaking interstate. So, check engine light comes on. The truck starts making a lot of noise, and I immediately get off the first exit. I have her pull up like an AutoZone nearby. There's one a mile from where we are. Go into AutoZone and borrow their reader. It says that my 5th cylinder is dropping. Check coil packs and spark plugs. I'm like, okay, that's all stuff I can do. If I have tools, I don't typically carry my toolbox on vacation. So I had to buy a set of tools at AutoZone, coil pack, and spark plugs. So it's now 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. When I'm going to start attempting to do this, and it starts raining. And it's dark. I'm just upset because my truck is my baby. It's also pretty much our main vehicle. It's our most comfortable vehicle. And most people are like, trucks aren't comfortable. Trucks are comfortable. And so we find a Holiday Inn Express. The exit that the truck decided to mess up on was basically a godsend, because it was a good part of town, North Atlanta. There were restaurants, there were hotels, and there was a Ram dealership. So, engine was piping hot. I couldn't get to the coil packs. It was too hot. So I said, let's just go in here. Let's get a hotel room. Let's get you all checked in, and I'll worry about this later. So of course, then it just goes to pouring the rain. I'm mad. So I'm just going to go to bed. So get up Monday morning. We're supposed to be here in Perdido Sunday night. It's now Monday morning. I wake up at 5:45. It's still drizzling, but it's not monsooning. The engine's not hot, so I can do what I need to do. And I replace the coil pack on cylinder 5 and spark plug on cylinder 5, hoping and praying that that's the issue. No change. Text for worse now. I was like, alright, maybe it wasn't cylinder 5. Let's try 4. So I swap out the coil pack in cylinder 4. No change. I swap out the coil pack in cylinder 6. No change. Mad. I'm so mad. So I call my insurance company to see what we can do. Since it wasn't a wreck, it doesn't count toward anything. The Ram dealership doesn't open until 9. And so, it's only like 7 a.m. at this point. So I just go upstairs and take a shower, and I'm just mad. And I'm getting mad to the point where I'm starting to feel the anxiety physically. In a way that I have never felt anxiety or pain before. My neck started to hurt, chest started to hurt, my arms started to hurt, shoulders. I was really upset and starting to be in a lot of pain. So 9 a.m. rolls around. I drive, and by drive, it's not drive. I'm keeping the RPMs at about 4,000 because if they go below that, the truck dies. So I'm having to there was like 3 red lights where we were staying in the Ram dealership, and I got stuck at all 3 red lights. And so I'm having to, not double clutch, but use both feet one on the brake to slow down, one on the gas to keep the RPMs up to where the truck doesn't die in the middle of this major roadway. So I finally make it into the Ram dealership, and according to the website, they didn't open until 9. Nope, service department opens at 7. So I could have gone over earlier. Didn't say that on the website. So I go over there, I tell them what's wrong, I drop it off. Yeah, they'll get me worked in. I've talked to the hotel. You know, hopefully if it's something easy, we'll be on our way shortly. You know, please let my wife and children stay in the room. Don't kick them out. But don't charge me for an extra day too, because we're not spending another night. I just need time. So the lady downstairs was really nice. She was very understanding, and she was like, they can stay in the room till 1 o'clock. It's fine. Perfect. So around 12:30, you know, I've been up for 7 hours now, and I didn't really sleep at all anyway. But that didn't help. The mechanic comes up and pulls me to the back, and he's like, hey, I've got the valve covers off and the top part of the engine, you know, disassembled, and looks like your lifter and your rocker on the left side, on the driver's side, is broken or shot, and that's going to have to be replaced. Now, I do have a semi-background in mechanics. My father was a mechanic for his entire career, so I spent my weekend working on vehicles with him. So I automatically know, especially for the vehicle that I'm driving, that is now a $4,000 ticket or check I'm going to have to write. So I'm like, all right, I mean, you got to fix it. It's not drivable. And so I call the missus, and I'm really starting to have some like radiating pain in my shoulder and my neck. I'm not in a good way. And one of the customer service managers at the Ram dealership sees me, and he's like coming over to check on me. He's like, dude, looks like you're about to stroke out. And I'm like, yeah, it kind of feels that way. So he gets me something to drink, and we're just talking, and he's like, I'm a dad. He's like, I get it, because I already told him, I was like, hey, my wife and kids are at the hotel, they're waiting, can we, you know, it's been a long day, can I get some sort of update? And then that happened. So yeah, it was rough. So he's like, I'm a dad, I get it, I understand the stress of trying to keep your family safe and family happy and all that stuff, because originally they were going to get me an Uber to Enterprise, which was only half a mile down the road. Like I said, we couldn't have broken down in a better spot. And so basically, he talked to whomever he talked to, and they gave us a brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee off the lot to drive to continue our trip in for free, no charge. So that was nice. That helped a lot. In the anxiety of getting my family to the vacation we've already paid for, to where they can have time to relax and chill, even though I'm not going to be able to relax and chill. So I get everything out of the truck and into the Jeep. I'm like, yeah, just keep me updated. I go to the hotel, I pick them up, I drive us through Atlanta to get us on the other side of Atlanta. And then, of course, you know, we've been in the car 45 minutes and the kids have to pee. So we stop to pee, and my wife looks at me and she's like, you didn't sleep last night. You look like crap. Take a nap, let me drive. I'm like, all right. So I slept for like the next 3 hours. But, you know, I woke up, I felt better because we were like on our way, but I still had the weight and the pressure of the money this is going to cost, and the time this is taken away, and just other burdens that are in the back of your mind that are always there. And so like mentally I felt better just because we were on our way, but physically I was in quite a bit of pain. Left side of my chest, shoulder, arm, tricep, oddly enough, were tight, super tight. And you know, I was like, I'm not having a heart attack. It's all musculoskeletal. It's not cardiovascular, so I'm not having a heart attack. But the anxiety really took a toll on me that I didn't know or understood could be possible. So, you know, we finally make it down here and we get unpacked, you know, Monday night at like 10 p.m. So, you know, the kids don't even have a chance to be out here, you know, to enjoy it. And so it's just been quite the cluster. Anyway, trying not to ramble too much. This video looks like it's been going for a while. So, you know, and kids, especially younger kids, you know, I've got 2 kids under the age of we'll say 15. And they don't grasp, they can't quantify stressors. They don't get it. They're children. And as parents, it's our job to do everything we can to make sure that they're safe, make sure that they're healthy, make sure that they're good, and that stressors aren't put on them. So we carry that burden. And so, you know, they don't understand like why daddy needs to sit down, you know what's wrong with dad. He doesn't look well, he's not walking right. Like, I was hurting in a pretty bad way. So we were here, it's a Monday night, all day Tuesday. And Tuesday I really didn't move from this spot. I stayed pretty much right here. I went down to the beach to set up the tent and the chairs for them. But for the most part, I didn't leave this spot. I am also the chef of the house. And so I did a crock pot meal. That way I didn't have to cook. Tuesday evening, I got an update from the dealership that the lifter and the rocker appear to be good. They appear to be fine. And the issue is the intake valve coil spring on number 5, or on cylinder 5, was broken in 2 places. So that sounds bad, but that's actually better. So the $4,000 check, that's like a $1,700 check. So I'm automatically feeling better about that. They don't have to completely disassemble the engine because that's something that is right there underneath the valve cover, and can be fixed in that area. With that broken spring and the piston not being able to fire correctly in the cylinder, gas was being sprayed in places that normally gas shouldn't go. So my entire air intake system was flooded with gas. So they had to clean it, new filter, not new, but just had to clean the entire air intake system, clean and replace filter, and then also a new cabin filter. So that's all good news. And so I immediately started feeling better. The weight lessened, and I was able to enjoy Tuesday evening, a lot more. I still pretty much stayed right here in this chair, but I was able to scroll Instagram and watch funny videos. I was able to watch some videos on YouTube just to catch up from the weekend, because I couldn't function. I could not function. So it is now Wednesday. It's Wednesday afternoon. I woke up this morning. The only thing that still hurts is kind of my shoulder and my tricep on my left arm. But the chest pain is gone, the neck pain is gone, and I'm just now down to just right here. So, yeah, still got to go pick up the vehicle on our way home Saturday. And hopefully, I'll pay the tab, pay the bill, and everything will be fine with the truck, and life will go on. But I never made fun of people with anxiety. I never put it down. You know, if someone was saying I'm not having anxiety issues, I never like dissed anybody for that. But I've never experienced anxiety on the level that I did the past 2 or 3 days. And I know on the microscopic level, it sounds silly to be like, well, it's just a truck. If it was out of your control, there's nothing you could do. Right, I understand that. You know, while my wife may be the primary income for the family, I'm the primary everything else. And to get to and fro requires our primary vehicle. It was out of commission, and it's going to cost a lot of money, and it delayed all of our plans and things we had paid for, and you know, family that we have down here that we had, you know, potential to see, and friends that had kind of come with us, things that we were going to be doing with them, and just, you know, if it's not fixed by the time we get home, or by the time we get home, what am I supposed to do? You know, so, you know, sorry there was no video Monday. That's my bad. But anxiety really did a number on me. So if there's anybody watching the video up until this point, because I think we're like 20 minutes now, I can't really see the screen, so it is bright out here. If there's anyone dealing with anxiety in any type of way, I feel you. I have now been there. I now understand, and it's not fun. It's not fun. So I'm going to leave you with just a moment of zen here, and then I will end the video. I don't know if you can hear. There's still been jets flying by, primarily behind me. But yeah, there's not really been. The Blue Angels haven't flown by directly. Now let's see if I can flip this around without. There we go. And I got to stand up. So that right there, that's my tent. My wife and children are currently. But this is our little slice of heaven that we come to at least once a year. And looks like it's gonna rain. So I'm supposed to go golfing with my friends tomorrow. I hope my left arm chills out between now and then. Anyway. Oh yes, I wasn't going to talk. I was just going to moment of zen for a minute.